All right, we have a motion. All in favor? That would be nice.
That's why we were asking for an area.
See, when you do your application, you have this height variance, and you don't have actual proposed use.
Remember how before we did sort of a letting for the tenants when we started? Yeah, but remember, this is a whole new thing, so tonight, I already told David and Joe they're gonna ask you for a written
We need to
area.
attach, remember when you had the letter of intent, that needs to go along with that, as far as proposed use. Because you're technically right now starting a whole new application. So just submit that with, so, Mr. Valle's here with his proposed application. So what would you call your application? Your proposed use?
Manufacturing of recycled product.
Okay. That, we need to put that on your application. So, why don't you go ahead and explain to the board any changes that actually just start from, just start from scratch.
Right, exactly.
Because this is technically a whole new application. And so
Okay.
it starts right now. Great.
Okay, well, good evening, everybody. My name is Joe O'Donnell from O'Donnell & Associates. I'm the architect of record for this project. And we're here tonight to, as the chairman said, to basically start the process right from the beginning with some significant changes that we feel are all positive for the project, for the community, and for Mike. We think it's a win-win all the way around. And basically, you know, the site plan itself, the concept is still there. The concept is still taking the existing island playground and moving it into the notch of the building here, redeveloping the island into a little bit more of a park-like setting with some of the materials that are manufactured inside of the building used there basically as a display. The other major item that we revised was, if you remember correctly, we were blacktopping this whole area of the site in order to create an outdoor product display area. But we've significantly cut that back. What we've done was we were in excess of parking of about 36 spaces, I believe, and what we did was we designated those 36 spaces as the non-combustible product display area. We think this is a better strategy for two reasons. One, we maintain some green space, and two, that, you know, as the project and the success of the project evolves, that maybe that would become larger, and the land, this land over here is basically land bank for additional parking at some future date. I think two of the other major items that are revised was that there was a scale, a truck scale located back here. We had proposed a ring road all the way around the entire site. That's been eliminated. The bottom line on the site redevelopment is that we're disturbing less than a half an acre of property itself. We're down to 0.41, and that's essentially for just a cut through. For some reason, back in the day, the back end of the site had this ring road that really didn't make a whole lot of sense. And so what we did is we're just proposing a cut through so that the trucks would have a straight run through rather than try and navigate around the building. You know, then they're running over the corners and creating mud holes and things like that, and an opportunity just for reduction in the safety of anybody that's working in the back here or coming in and out of the building. Now for the most important revision to the project is that we have eliminated any outdoor storage of the raw materials, equipment, and even the process of dropping off the material coming from the transfer station. One thing I think we've said before, but since we are starting this process over again, it's important to keep in mind that the material coming to this site is completely certified as clean material from a transfer station somewhere else in the state, hopefully somewhere, you know, right now in Monroe County, but otherwise, as the project grows in the state or within a 500-mile radius, a transfer station could actually be constructed. But as I started to mention, right here at the back of the building was an existing overhead door, and inside the building, the entire process will take place inside the building. I think one of the things that we've challenged Mike to do, and I think he's been successful in doing so, is to redesign the equipment that was proposed outside to fit inside the building itself. The one zoning variance that we had asked for was a height variance back here for a water tower. We still are asking for a variance. I believe it's a 10-foot, I believe 35 is allowed, 45 if my numbers are correct, Mr. Chairman. Because there is a possibility that the one back corner here, we may raise the roof a little bit to accommodate a truck tipping its load inside the building. The reason why I say maybe is that we're looking at what the economics are of digging down inside the building or raising the roof. So we would still like to get that 45-foot height variance for the back end of the building there in the event we need it. And again, going through the whole process of the deliveries, the trucks would come in off of 15 here, along here, stop, back inside the building, make their drop off, pull out, and up to 5 and 20 and out. The bus route, the only change in the bus route is we get confirmation from the RTS that they would prefer to just swing in and swing right back out. Before we had a alternate route out here. I'm sorry, they preferred it not to do that, just to simply have a loop there with a new bus station located here. And again, I do now have photometrics of the lighting of the site. That's been redesigned. I didn't get that till 4 o'clock today, so I'm not prepared to really speak to that. We can do that at another date. But the idea here is to upgrade the existing lighting into dark sky friendly fixtures and really be in line with the town of Avon's lighting code. So again, just going back, I think that the site has been minimized as far as its effect, and I think it's going to be a very nice enhancement to the whole site itself with the proposed, I think you've seen in the past, the proposed facade upgrades that would be done there, the proposed upgrades to signage, and of course the main island there itself. So that's basically how the revisions have gone. Mike, did I miss anything? Okay. So I'd like to open it up for questions and see what your thoughts are.
Mike, will you just go over, you have your proposal, the exact process you're proposing.
Inside the building?
Correct.
If you'd like, I have that too. I could tape it up here, if you'd like.
Is that the same as we have?
No.
That's correct. Yeah, he's showing me the same one. It's gonna be drawing 84, I think.
So back of that, so, yeah.
Five foot or 8.
This
Right,
one,
if you give me 2 minutes, I have it right here. Jennifer, I'll borrow your tape.
right here. You really, yeah, showroom warehouse. This is one we're looking for, right, Joe?
Yep.
That's what I got.
I am going to turn this explanation over. I apologize for you folks way back there. The line weights are a little light, but again, here is the entrance in from the outside of the building. Do you want to do this, Mike, or you want me to just continue?
go ahead.
Okay. So the truck comes inside the building here. What we have here is a what's called a material press. This inlet hopper is here. This would be a recessed piece, or what I want to say, like a well, if you will, similar like you would see in an oil changing facility where the truck would dump into there. It would be pushed up into the hydro compression material processor. That's what's considered stage 2. Stage 1 obviously is the inlet hopper. Stage 3 is the material separation and dryer, and it goes to a piece of equipment that is a dryer here. Stage 4 is the silo, where that piece of equipment may stick up above and beyond the roof line. That's what we were going for the variance for way back when. Then it travels into the formula mixer to the batch plant, and stage 5 is where it's part of the water recycling operation, where I think we have said before in the past where this is a completely closed loop of recycled water, where we won't be taxing the town system in water. When that batch plant extricates the finished product, it would go out to the fabrication area out here, the warehouse, possibly shipping. If product is going out to, say, a contractor or a direct purchaser, or it could go out to the finished product display area. And of course, then the proposal, the showroom is still intact.
What exactly is the finished product?
Finished product, I'm gonna let Mike speak to that.
Pavers, veneers, mosaics, tiles,
Countertops.
countertop material.
Countertops, and for you folks that couldn't hear them, it's, brick pavers, tiles, countertops, all made from and recycled by natural materials.
And how's that process happen? What comes out of the batch plant goes into your fabrication? How exactly is that process? How is that made?
It's either by mold injection or by press.
By press, and that takes place in
Yeah,
this area.
in that
Correct.
manufacturing area.
Now, you had proposed before some type of a construction material where you're adding all the organic material. You had some samples here along that.
Right. All of that is part of the materials that will go into our finished product.
To like the veneers or the tiles,
Right.
pretty much all for,
Right, so when the material comes in here, and then it's mixed with Mike's formula mixer, which is all those organic materials, the end product
where
is.
does that mixing take place?
Well, it's right in here, this piece of
Formula mixer,
formula
okay,
mixer.
so,
And then it goes into a batch plant where it's actually spitting out, what's called the recycled
Sure.
raw material, which then becomes countertops.
and what is that raw
pavers.
material? Is that a very fine product, or? There's the raw material that's gonna be in the batch plant, or it varies from what you're making at the time, or?
Exactly, it varies with the production of whatever it is that we're making.
And that goes into molds,
Correct.
and what do you add to that?
The trade secret.
The trade secret?
Which is all organic.
Right.
So I'm just curious, you've got all these different materials, I mean, you're recycling concrete and stone and all kinds of different things. Does that all get kinda all mashed together? I mean, you must have some kind of a formula for that, right?
We have
For
several
different
forms.
products that you're making?
Right, we have
Because you're
several.
gonna get one truckload of concrete in, you'll get another load of stone, how do you just store all the product inside?
No, we don't get individual, we're not getting individual loads of anything.
Okay,
We're getting aggregate that's spec
so
to
it's
our
already
specification.
spec to what you want?
Correct.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
And then we go through the final processing of it based based on the need for the material that we're producing at the other
I
end.
see, so that.
We don't get
it's a-
any individual one thing
So it's on demand, you design what you want, and then that comes in.
based on a production schedule, and,
I see.
that's
Okay.
of course, based on demand.
So it's all mixed somewhere else, whatever you composite.
The aggregates are all separated and handled, to specification at the transfer station.
I see, okay.
But your formula though is added here, so you must have, some of your formula is stored there, either in powder or some liquid form, right? That's a consumable you have to take in as well, right?
No, it's actually self-producing, except for the very finished materials that are the bio-origin materials.
Okay, well, that's what I mean, so there are some biochemicals, or
What's
they're
an
organic
example of
materials that
biochemical?
you,
Not a biochemical, bio-origin material.
Bio-origin.
We gotta make sure we got the right thing going here, because that's a whole different industry.
Okay, what is?
Bio-origin material
And
is
what would that
material, that would bind the base formulas into a cementatious,
Well,
solidified
let's say it's a
state.
plant-based fiber, just for fun. Where's the drop-off for that, and how much volume do you need? One
The
ton
drop
for one
off
ton
for
of stone?
that is,
Does it come in bags, so you could just wheel it in with a forklift or something?
no, it's actually, it could be pumped in a dry state, just like that's what the silo is for.
Oh, okay, okay,
Right.
gotcha.
so the silo specifically for storing that material,
Correct.
okay.
Can we go back,
Sorry.
can we go back
Yep.
to that, Joe, just, because I get you guys said it 1,000 times, but I wanna make sure that I get this correct. So the trucks are gonna come to that, what is it, that southwest
Yes.
corner.
Right.
It's gonna back up, and
Right.
the truck will back in and drop into that inlet hopper, that kind of well where you're dumping material that come in by the trucks.
Yeah,
Then from there, it goes
Yes.
through the hydro compression, so that's stage 2.
yep,
And then stage 3 was material separation and dryer.
correct.
And then stage 4, that's the hopper that, they're not, sorry, not the hopper, the silo that has the bio-origin materials.
Okay.
And from there, the stone, let's just say stone material mixes with the stuff from the silo in area 5, which is the formula mixture in the batch plant.
Correct.
And that gets mixed there, and it's either mold injected or pressed into molds. And then from there, it's gonna go either to the warehouse to be stored, or would go out to the product
Right.
display. Or
Maybe a better
shipped.
example is
Yeah,
it
that's
would be,
perfect, no,
Okay.
you got it.
it would be pressed
I
like
understand.
into a slab that
Real
gets cut into
fast.
piles.
Okay.
You know, like a big slab like this table might come out,
Right.
and then it gets cut into 12 by 12 tiles for sale.
We said it real fast, so I wanted to make sure I was writing as fast as
But I just wanted to be clear though, there's separate materials that don't get crushed, that come straight into the silo, that you have delivered in and put in the silo directly?
Oh, nothing in our process gets crushed.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you've got the stuff that, okay, the stuff
We
that
gotta